No salaries for PM, cabinet ministers for 3 months. Before we proceed, please subscribe, like, share, and feel free to comment. All federal cabinet members and deputy ministers will forfeit their salaries for 3 months starting June as part of the government effort to battle the pandemic, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin announced this evening. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin and cabinet ministers will not be receiving their monthly salaries for 3 months from June to show solidarity for the frontliners and Malaysians as the country continues its fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. The money would instead be channeled to the National Disaster Relief Trust Fund to cover COVID-19 related expenses, the Prime Minister said in a special address to announce the government's financial assistance under Pemerkasa Plus tonight. In expressing appreciation to the efforts and commitment shown at all levels, he said the government would continue to emphasize on the whole of government and whole of society approaches in battling the pandemic. This refers to the efforts to optimize the overall healthcare manpower and role of the frontliners on the ground, as well as Malaysians who are assisting in breaking the chain of COVID-19 infection. The decision to implement the lockdown is a difficult but necessary action. Its success would depend on you and with God willing. The government has closed almost all economic and social sectors to reduce movement and break the chain of COVID-19 infection, he said, referring to the total lockdown which will come into effect nationwide tomorrow for 2 weeks. The Prime Minister announced tonight an additional RM40 billion worth of aid to help stem the fallout from the Third Movement Control Order, MCO, of which RM5 billion will be in direct fiscal injection. The relief package, dubbed Pemerkasa Plus, will seek to beef up the healthcare system, continue previous welfare programs and help businesses weather the lockdown, as he vowed to balance lives and livelihood. Among other spending measures he unveiled, was an additional RM1 billion in healthcare spending, extending wage subsidies for another month and the loan moratorium given since last year when the country was put under the first MCO. Muhyiddin urged all to stay at home and adhere to the Standard Operating Procedure, SOP, at all times and reminded everyone that all efforts taken to fight the pandemic could fail otherwise. I pray that the pandemic that hit the country and the world ends soon. To all the frontliners, please remain strong. I know that you are exhausted from fighting the virus for over a year now. I pray that you are granted strength by Allah in facing this huge challenge and hardship. He also prayed for a speedy recovery among the COVID-19 patients and extended condolences to the families of those who have succumbed to the virus. Thank you very much for watching. For more sports analysis, please subscribe.